This conference will now be recorded.
I'd like to welcome everybody to our Monday evening commissioner meeting. We are thankful that each of you are here. Ask everyone if they would stand for an invocation, which will be provided by Jacob Bryan, the youth and children's pastor from the Lake Church at White Lake, followed by Pledge of Allegiance and the presentation of colors. Paul R. Brown, so thankful for each of you being here tonight to take part in our meeting. Jacob. Let's pray.
Father, we thank you for this time to be here. Father, it's a day that you have made, so we rejoice to be glad in it. Father, we just pray for our county commissioners, Lord, and all the people represented here. Lord, we just pray for your wisdom. You said if anyone lacks wisdom, to let them ask you, Lord. You give generously without reproach. So we just pray for your Holy Spirit to give the wisdom, as the Spirit who knows what's in the mind of a man, except the spirit of a man, and the Spirit of God knows what's in the mind of God. So we just pray for your Holy Spirit to guide their minds and hearts today. And we just pray, God, that every decision made, Father, every action taken, every word spoken will be for your honor and your glory, and to let the light of Jesus Christ be shown in our community. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Amen.
Amen.
Oh, wide arch. Hosts, colors, halt, present arms. Sir, permission to present the colors.
Mission granted.
Aye, sir. Carry colors. Colors reverse, arch. Colors, halt, present arms.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Carry colors. Colors reverse, arch. Colors, halt, present arms. Sir, permission to retire the colors.
Mission granted.
Aye, sir. Carry colors. Right, case, forward, arch.
Forwards. Let the commissioners know before we begin tonight, Dr. Benny Ellis is unable to attend due to family emergency, so prayer that absence tonight. With that, we'll entertain a motion to approve the consent items as printed before you. Motion and a second. Any discussion, questions about the consent items? Not all those in favor of approving these, please signal by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Thank you. Maria, for the individuals, delegations wishing to address the commission.
Ms. Gloria McLean.
Evening, Ms. Gloria, thank you for being here tonight.
To the county commission, board chair, and to the board members. I would like to read this so that I won't get long-winded, and then we do have a handout that I have prepared for each of you. As president of the African American Caucus of Bladen County, I am pleased to reach out in regard to our upcoming Community Unity and Awareness Day, which will be held on September the 20th at Jones Lake. The African American Caucus is reaching to various organizations, community groups, county officials, business leaders, pastors, and other community stakeholders to invite them to participate in this important event. Recently, members of our organization attended the meeting that was held at Bladen Community College regarding the proposal of a sales tax referendum that will be on the ballot. We were pleased to see that there was a good turnout of residents, but we would like to recognize that others may not have been able to attend the event. Therefore, we want to give them an opportunity to come where they can be addressed on what is being proposed on that ballot. We would like to provide the board with an opportunity to meet and greet these residents, share information, and answer questions that will engage the community. We believe that this event can serve as additional avenue to residents to learn more about the county resources, the issues, the programs, and the opportunities that the county provides for the residents of Bladen County. Our overall goal is to promote unity, awareness, communication, and positive engagement throughout Bladen County. We want to bring residents together in all of our community with backgrounds that we believe will stand united. We want to accomplish more. We want to not remain divided, and we want our entire community to be affected and come together in unity. We sincerely believe that the residents of Bladen County want a positive change. We believe that a strong communication and a greater opportunity for everyone will be very impactful for the residents of Bladen County. Again, we want unity. We want everybody to be open-minded and have transparency to all the residents of Bladen County. That is the only way that Bladen County is going to grow, if we come together as a community and represent each other. If the board will be interested in participating in this event, we will be happy to provide you with additional information. This is a public event, meaning anyone in Bladen County, even the surrounding counties that want to come out and participate in this, we ask that you bring literature that you can share for the opportunity for people that do not attend county meetings around Bladen County. We will have local vendors there that will also be able to share information to the residents. We will have fun activities for the children while the adults that are present have the opportunity to engage with the leaders that are there. We will also have vendors there. We will have some candidates that will speak, and if you would like to be on our agenda to speak and represent the county commission, we welcome that as well. A lot of the residents do not have the opportunity to come to the meetings due to children or their jobs, but we want to give them an opportunity to come and meet and greet all of the local officials that are in Bladen County that represent you. One of the things that I tell the caucus that we don't do is, and that's all in Bladen County, we lack communications in reaching the people in Bladen County. I have made a personal commitment that since we're sponsoring this, I will take and walk this through to everyone that matters in Bladen County, to every office. I will personally make sure it gets delivered to business leaders, communities, pastors, everybody. I'm going to do that personally because I want communications to get out there. It will go on the radio. It will go on the newspaper. We want a broad area for everybody to know. The food is free. We will have entertainment there. Unfortunately, if it rains, we will not have a rain date. But nevertheless, we will have tents, we will have that shelter, and we do ask everyone to come out and support. And the residents need to see our leadership present to let them know that we care. I would also say that we do have meetings in Bladen County every third Thursday. We have meetings, and we ask the public to come out and hear. Part of what we do is we want to promote our caucus. We want to educate the public on what it is we do and why we do it. We want to get participation. We want to get representation from them. We're here for the people. And that's what we all should be doing. We should be all working to represent the people. And I will say this, if you're interested in joining us, please let us know. This invitation is open to all town council attorneys and the public. We would like for you to come out. And one last thing, and I'll leave on that. I am also a candidate for the Board of Education countywide. And my position on that is, I go to all these meetings and I see things that need to be changed and need to be able to impact the residents in Bladen County. I ask of the people what it is that I want, and that's what I'm willing to give back. And so that's why I show my presence, to learn what is going on, to be someone that can go back and give people informed information and not misinformation. So I thank you for your time. God bless.
Thank you. If y'all notice on the front page, we're in a phone number, email address, feel free to reach out. Thank you so much for being here tonight, for sharing.
Mr. James Bledsoe.
You guys, you both want to come at the same time, certainly fine.
And Mr. Bobby Jolly.
Good evening, gentlemen. Thank y'all for being here tonight.
Yeah, glad to be here. Thanks for having us. So obviously, we're new to the county, new to the city. If anybody's drove by the old Fort County building, they see this logo out there. We are at-home companies. We were established in 2017. We actually become part of the North Carolina Rebuild Program. That's what brought us down to Bladen County. We started in 2019 building houses for the state of North Carolina for the North Carolina Rebuild Program. And I grew up coming to White Lake every summer, you know, for a family vacation, and we fell in love then, and, you know, we just had so much work down here. We sold everything in Greensboro and Reedsville, North Carolina, moved here, and now we're based here full time. And so I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is James Trey Bledsoe, one of the owners of At Home Companies. I own this with my father-in-law, Bobby. We're proud to be here. We've done a lot for this county already through the North Carolina Rebuild Program. That's something that we kind of hold dear to our heart because we love giving back. We love helping. And we definitely love seeing people who were devastated by storms and tragedies to where when they see the keys to their brand new home, that smile, that joy on their faces. I mean, that's what we live for. We've thus far built some other houses in the county and sold them. Obviously, if you rode down East Broad Street, you see that we own some lots down there that we've cleared, that we're going to do the same thing, build and sell. So we just figured we'd come here, introduce ourselves, and, you know, present ourselves as, hey, if y'all ever need anything, you know, we're a phone call away. I got some business cards. If anybody wants some business cards, you know, I'd be more than happy to hand that out. I don't know if I can do that here or not. This is my first time coming to one of these things, so I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands type thing, but you know, we're here, and I'll do that's all I'll say on that. And then this is my father-in-law, Bobby. He owns the company with me, and then I'll let him do some talking now.
Well, it's a pleasure being here today, and also too, I mean, it's a pleasure working down here, helping people, doing a lot for the people and all that. But we try to give back to the community, and as you know, as a builder, as a company owner, and all that, we try to help the people in the community. We try to do a lot of free stuff for a lot of people. There's a lot of people in Bladen County that needs help. We try to give them ADA ramps. We try to help them with their roofs, whatever we can to help them with, but we're limited to what we can do. And we're wanting to try to get a grant or start a program to help more people like this right here. And maybe with y'all's help, with y'all's acknowledgement, maybe we can do that. Yeah, I'm all hands in it. If y'all would lead us in the right direction on what we need to do, you know, we'll be glad to help out. But like I said, we try to help people here. We try to help, because, you know, a lot of people here is on low income, and they only can do so much. And we only can do so much, but we're willing to give if we would have the help or you know, to know how to start doing it, the grants or whatever, that, you know, we're all open for it. You know, anybody want to sit down and talk or whatever, we're all open for it.
Thank you both for being here, and we have sort of seen your signs, and it's good to enjoyed meeting you. And, I heard it said recently, it was a pretty good quote. Someone was introducing Bo and Kelly Barefoot in the community, and they said, you know, some people are born here and this is their hometown. Other people move here and make this their hometown.
Yeah.
And so we appreciate your investment and being a part of this community, and for each of us, whatever we can do to help this be your hometown. And our job is to stay out of your way and let you do what you do in the private sector, but also to help you whenever we can. So please let us know. Keep in touch.
Okay. We'll do it.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you so much. Anyone else? Mr. Mayor, thank you. Matters of interest to the commissioners?
Chairman, and I asked, before the meeting, got a lot of calls, about the grass on the side of the highway in the community. And if we can find out, if the county manager can find out when they'll start mowing again. I know it's a lot of rain, but it is kind of, becomes a hazard.
It is, and we talked about this in years past. I mean, people, they say, well, they can only mow twice a year or whatever, but you go to other communities and it doesn't look like this. It's embarrassing to me, you know, as a community, people pass through and it's like, well, they don't care anything about their community, but it's not DOT, it's other groups, it's not us. We can't go out and, you know, and do this, so we can just continue to put pressure. I know there were some intersections that were dangerous, and they did get on them pretty quickly.
They did.
Thankfully, but
Now the mowing and the water and stuff, they haven't done that either. So,
Thank
Okay.
you. I agree.
Thank you.
Anyone else tonight?
If someone asked me, once we pay for the activity building, or once with the quarters and sales tax, once it's paid in full, how the funding will be used after that? I have no idea.
Yeah, I think that's a long way down the road. Got to get.
Can I respond to that? That night, that was a concern that you had, Mr. Board, and I thought was satisfied at that night. It would be like items that we as commissioners can't afford through the tax dollar, and that's when you said that, yes, you would support it if we know we were gonna use the money for like, same type items of a continuation. So I think that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'll vote for it.
Yeah.
Is what you requested. So I think if you share that with them, that's where Ray's at.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for that clarification. Anyone else? Right, no? Ask Sam to come and give us an update concerning the CDBG opportunities. Great, Commissioner Cole is here tonight.
Hey.
Oh, sorry. Hang on, back up.
Yeah.
Keep the glasses on and be doing better. Sorry, jumped ahead of myself. Consider adopting a resolution stating the intended use of revenue for the proposed 4% sales tax. See there to adopt a stating the intended use of revenue from proposed 1% local sales and use tax. I'll entertain a motion to adopt that resolution.
Second.
All right, any questions? All those in favor of approving the resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, like sign. Yes, sir.
Chuck and I went to the veterans, had a meeting the other day, and they invited Chuck and I to go talk about the 4% sales tax. And it went very well. The veterans, they act like they were all on board on this, and they're gonna spread the word and help us get this 4% sales tax back.
That population, I'd like to add, would be benefit, especially when the son and then for them, the house and everything.
All right, 55. Sorry about that. So let's jump into the CDBG opportunity. Mr. Cole, thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you for allowing me to be here.
Mr. Chairman, Board of Commissioners, in June, Governor Stein announced that Bladen County would receive $2.5 million in a community development block grant, and the county was formally notified of this award in July to fund a project to demolish the old county jail and to construct a new emergency operations center. However, the request of $5 million was only funded at the $2.5 million. So Joy Coleman, Lisa Coleman, Ms. Chaco, Kevin Amory, and I met on August 4th to brainstorm how the county could receive the additional $2.5 million. Here's our plan and ask of the board tonight. Approve us pursuing and applying for a new CDBG application funding. Make an application by the deadline of October 13th, 2026. The request would be another $2.5 million to complete the EOC project. But in addition to that, we can apply up to $5 million. So as part of our recommendation, to request another $2.5 million for housing improvements to low and moderate income households. I shared housing projects with the board about a month ago, and we received so many applications, I think it would be worthwhile if we address that with a CDBG grant. Also, if we could update the gym, air condition, and park lights, we budgeted that this year, but if we can actually get CDBG money to do that, then we can use that money instead of using the county's money. But there's any other areas that would benefit the county, we'll take the board's recommendation, any input that y'all have. Another idea that we looked at, which would be in another grant, or excuse me, another application, would be to look here at the Elizabethtown downtown revitalization. to improve parking for local businesses and shoppers around the intersection of Broad and Poplar Streets. This is around the courthouse. I have had the opportunity to talk to the town manager briefly this afternoon to discuss that possibility. But any ideas that y'all would have or any recommendations that the board of commissioners have for us, we would appreciate that. The next thing, once we do identify these projects, we'll schedule a public hearing maybe in late September, early October, to bring back proposed budgets and projects that provide additional information to the board and also to our citizens. And I leave it to Ms. Shako if you got anything you'd like to add.
Okay. I'd just like to say the items that he has proposed are traditionally eligible CDBG application activities. Most communities, rural communities, have only been doing housing or water projects through DEQ, unaware that those funding are CDBG funds that DEQ gives you for water projects. The entitlements in urban areas are the ones that are maximizing the CDBG dollars to do parks and recreation, where you can renovate or build new facility, green spaces, parks, equipment, or that you can do public facilities that are publicly owned by the county that do not serve a general public purpose, as far as like house the commissioners' meetings or the county manager office. You could rehab or build new facilities. We are working with communities that are relocating their utility facilities due to flooding. And so there's an array of activities that, again, rural communities are not aware of, and we would like for you to pursue as much as you can. You all have an application already in for another CDBG grant that we are working with the state and HUD. We did not know it was going to take this long to go through this process, but we are very hopeful that that one will be funded within the next 60 days. That can be used that I came before you all early on in the year for equipment. I do see on your agenda, and it hurts me so bad to see that one of these equipment items you all are getting ready to budget, but my suggestion would be that the fact that you all are going to take this out of general funds, that you replace that item once we get a notification of award, which I'm very confident that we will be pretty soon, that you replace it with something else from either your capital improvement plan or something you all had in the budget that was going to be at a later date that's of equal value or more to compensate, to replace what you're having to do now. That you could do streets and sidewalks. A lot of people don't know that. There's just an array of things that you can do with CDBG that's not just housing. And talking with Sam and realizing that you all already have a established network and pipeline, you're already ahead of the curve, because most people are having us help them to advertise and solicit applications. You already have an applicant pool that allows you to have a continuous rolling applicant viable to do housing rehab. And the one thing I do want to stress that, again, once you are awarded, because the state of North Carolina has so much outstanding funds, you can request a program amendment for additional funds because you have an open grant. So that is something you can consider, the fact that now you have been awarded the 2.5, which was not the whole 5. That is also another option to ask for additional request funds to supplement the 2.5 and still do a CDBG in our application for all other areas. That was something that when I was at Commerce, we used to deploy to get rid of money. So I try to use this now that I'm on the private sector.
Whatever you get rid of, we'll take.
Yes, sir. So again, as Sam said, you all already had the first meeting. There's 2 public meetings required. You've already had it when we did the CDBG CD application. So all you have to do is your second, once the application, budget, and activities are solidified and can be advertised in a public hearing notice. That will be your second, and then you can submit your application.
Thank y'all.
I know you said that, we talked about how we've had houses, always houses, but we still have seniors here, people who are disabled, who do need to rehab the houses. So when you go in, do you prioritize them? Or say the gym first, or EOC, then housing, and then parking? The chair keeps talking about parking somewhere over close by here. I know downtown, if you put it downtown, they'll fill up downtown. But how about on the other side of the courthouse?
Well, I will tell you that
Specify that as well?
the application process that the NR follows is prioritized based off of age, any disability,
Yeah.
number of children, or the family household size, the number of children in the household, if there's lead already been identified in the household. So there is a priority that allows you to kind of score, and those who have the highest scoring, they are allowed to receive assistance first. As far as parking, I will tell you that you're not the only community that has parking issue. We are currently working with a community that I started working with when I was at Commerce to fund them with the design to do a parking deck downtown. And they are now in that phase of building and have come back and said, hey, so now you're working for us on this side. We want to expand because it has driven development and driven businesses downtown, so they feel we need more parking, and so we're working with them on that now. So I can tell you that I've always told people, your CDBG project should be a holistic approach. It doesn't mean you're going to hit everything that 1 year. You know, with CDBG, the standard is a 5-year strategy. And so the holistic approach is what can we go after and fund and facilitate a completed activity within 5 years. And so there's many opportunities for you. These are fundings that are available every year. The only time that you don't have the availability to get it is you don't go after it, because you never know.
And if we don't have the 2.5, that's not enough to do the EOC, so that means we don't start until we get the additional 2.5?
No, ma'am, we would go ahead and start that project.
No, tear down the old.
Correct.
Yeah, leave that part of it.
Okay.
So we'll entertain a motion to schedule a public hearing Tuesday, September the 8th, 6:30 p.m. to receive comments regarding this CDBG.
So moved.
Second.
Thanks.
Chairman McGill, we probably would schedule that possibly the second meeting and not the first meeting of September, and maybe the first meeting of October, depending on how we identify these projects and bring back the budgets.
Following protocol.
Yes. Yeah.
So would you prefer we wait to schedule the public?
Only need one now.
Yeah, correct. We only need one,
We
so
only need one.
we can schedule that at a later date.
Okay.
But if you would make if the board would consider allowing us the permission to apply for the grants and start this process.
So withdraw your original.
I withdraw the motion.
All right, thank you, and withdraw your second. All right, we're back to square one.
There is one important item I want to make sure you as a board that have a fiduciary responsibility are aware of. The application fee for what Insight does differently than other firms, we only are compensated if you are awarded. It's no cost to the county. What a lot of people don't know that the CDBG application allows you to pay for what's called pre-award costs, which is the preparation of application. So if you're not awarded Insight, that is just a contribution, and we continue to try to work with you to develop applications that can be funded. So I just wanted to make sure you're aware that the cost of the preparation application is not a cost on the county. That would come out of the grant if you are awarded. And if not, yeah, we still work with you and see what we can do.
All right, so I'll need a motion to allow the process to begin moving forward for the second 2.5 million.
So moved.
Second, all right. Any discussion or questions?
Oh, yeah, not just that, though.
Yes, it would be up to $5 million we want to seek for you all.
Okay.
But 2.5 would be towards
For
this
that,
project.
right. Okay.
I know.
Motion is to proceed. Second, any other discussion? All those in favor of approving this recommendation, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign.
Chair, I'd like to make one comment. I appreciate all the efforts you're making. There's a lot of this we're not aware of, and you're helping our community, and you're helping us, and it makes us all look good. So we appreciate what you're doing, and the people deserve this, and we thank you for that.
And I think we all concur, you know, and I know I get a lot of beating the same drum constantly about parking downtown. I think part of the reason is just, you know, timing is somewhat of the essence. Right now, there's a lot of property for sale around the courthouse. And we're not responsible for providing parking for our downtown businesses in Elizabeth Town. I get that. But I think we are responsible for not paving all of the parking for the businesses downtown Elizabeth Town. On a heavy court day, that's what we're doing. So if you just drive around the courthouse, about half the buildings and half the empty lots have a for sale sign on it. Eventually, they're gonna be bought, they're gonna be developed, and this window of opportunity to seize the opportunity to get these these parcels of land will be gone. So that's, I know I bring it up a lot, but there is a reason for it, so. Anyhow, we even talked about parking deck, and that was, but anyway, we'll see what happens in time. Thank you.
Let's do it.
As it's been said, thank you for all that you do, and
Thanks, bye.
all you're doing behind the scenes.
Thank you.
All right, number 6, recognize Ms. Renee, Tax Administrator, State Revenue Department. Welcome back.
Good evening, Chairman, board members.
Thank you, ma'am.
So you should have your unpaid tax report for the years 2016 through 2025. And that's just to consider accepting that.
Is there a motion to accept that? Second. Okay, I've got a motion, you second? All right.
And
Any
then-
discussion or questions? All those in favor of approving, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Go to D. Consider adopting the 2026 charge to the Bladen County Tax Assessor.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, like sign. So before you leave, we do have a fair number of people here tonight, others that are watching. It's a good opportunity to let folks know that when to expect their tax bill, and as much as we wanted to be able to extend the deadline, we aren't legally allowed to extend the deadline. So would you speak to that? So,
Yes. So, our tax notices were mailed out on Friday due to the moratorium of the legislative. It took about 30-day delay to get those notices out. That is about 8 of the counties in the state are about the same, about 30 days that made that delay. Under the current North Carolina statute, the Board of Commissioners does not have authority to extend that 1% discount. The due date is September 1st. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about that 1%. You know, we do have payments online. We have a drop box around the courthouse. We have a drop box inside the tax office. We have that extra customer service that we have pulled because we know we only have 2 weeks. You can call us, do whatever you can to, let's get those, you know, if you want to pay before the end of August, we will help you out.
So if you're sitting there thinking, well, that was clear as mud, we realized that getting a tax bill that you receive in the 3rd week of August, and it says, hey, you want a 1% discount, pay it by the 1st of September, you look at it and say, are they crazy? Why did they? But it's not something that we initiated. The tax office has done everything in their ability to get those tax bills out and into the hands of the people. And if we could extend the time, we would, but we can't. So
Exactly.
try to help us spread the word. Like you said earlier, nothing like this information to get us in trouble. So we want people to know what's going on, and hopefully they can get them back and save that 1%. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
A citizen contacted me, said that he was required to pay city property taxes to the administrative bill.
Okay, so we do collect for the town of Bladenboro. That happened 2 years ago. We collect for the town of White Lake. That happened last year. And then we started with the town of Elizabethtown this year. So they get one bill, and it will be county and town, and they pay in one place, which will be our tax office.
And,
Thank you.
And that is a financial benefit to the
Yeah.
county.
Yeah.
And that's, if you remember, that's one of the reasons why we approved it, so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
David Howell, Emergency Medical Services.
Good afternoon, everybody. The reason I come before you tonight, I wanted to discuss repurposing some of the capital funds due to a need we recognized after July 1, dealing with some patients in the community, a couple we were not aware of, patients with some bariatric needs. So for safety to be able to move these patients, and crew safety and safety to our fire folks that help us too, which we couldn't do without their help. What I want to do is repurpose some of the money that would have been used for a remount ambulance, in fact, for a total of $159,031, towards safety movement equipment. That would be the power loads for 2 trucks that will cover day shift and night shift, a bariatric stretcher capable of handling up to 1,000 pounds, 2 power post stretchers to replace 2 older stretchers that were from 2015. That way we ensure we've got good equipment to move these bariatric folks, because we've got some scattered in different areas of the county. Because in fact, on July 3rd, we had a situation where we had to call for a bariatric specific truck from Cape Fear Valley with the crew, with our 2 crews plus the fire department, to move this bariatric patient. So I just want to make sure that we have the ability to assist these citizens.
Motion to approve.
Hang on just a second. Yeah, we're hoping we can do both. So, yes, sir, go ahead, before we make a motion, if that's okay.
Okay.
I want to suggest that we buy this equipment, keep that, remount in there. I don't want, it takes so long to get a remount and get a new ambulance in there. I don't think we need to delay that. I think that money needs to be there. I think we need to either get a red line, loan, or find somewhere to get this money to do this equipment and leave that remount box in there. And that would be my motion, Mr. Chairman.
I think we all understand the urgency of this. As hard as it is to get these remounted ambulances, we don't want to just continue to kick that can down the road. Does everybody understand the intent of the motion?
Yes, and he said how much, what?
$159.31.
And that's what you asking for the loan amount. Okay.
Second. Yeah. So the motion is to go ahead and move forward with the purchase of $159,000 equipment without delaying the remount. So have a motion, have a second. Any discussion? Wonderful thing.
Thank you.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, like sign.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for what you're doing, and thank all of the men and women that you represent. All right, Miss Lisa, you're up for our finance department.
Thank you. Can you see Chucky?
I'd like to review the dashboard for the first month of 26-27. At the end of July, we had received 5.45% of the revenues, and we had spent 7.78. Now, let me just remind you on that tax bills haven't gone out, so we are a little late on getting tax money in, and also a lot of our revenues at this time will roll back into last year. So we're still kept playing cleanup for that. Solid waste, we've collected 0.87% of the budget and spent 9.76. Emergency telephone, we've collected 6.05 and spent 8%. Water, we have collected 8.83 and spent 3.36% of the budget. Any questions about that? Okay, on the federal inmate program, when they submitted the July report, we had total inmates of 61, and as of this morning, we had 62 in the facility.
Yeah, this chart you gave is a nice chart, but can you explain what it means?
Okay, what it means is the 1,901 is the number of days we had people in beds. So that average out to 61 people.
Okay.
We had collected revenue from, well, we haven't gotten it yet, but it's supposed to come in, of $142,000. That's coming in from the federal program. The $26,000 is what it's going to cost us for their food and their medical on those inmates. Then when we adopted this back in whatever year it was, how long ago it's been, we hired 8 detention officers. Okay. We gave raises to the other department, to the other people in the jail, and the fringes and a maintenance position. So that was $651,000 that cost us. And that's coming out of this federal inmate program. And they also did communication raises and fringes of $82,000. So that's where the $734 total budget. So $61,000 of that is being subtracted off so we can show what we're actually having to put in. You with me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then they also had asked for maintenance equipment, HVAC, have money for repairs and that type of thing. That was $98,000, so we've allocated $8,222 towards that. So right now, for the end of July, with what we received and what we've had to spend, we're $46,000 to the good. But you'll notice this month, you'll see $947 subtracted, that's when the loan payment's due.
Okay.
So it's due this month,
But we'll get it.
hopefully.
Okay.
So when these raised or whatever, that's just for those 8 or any?
No, that was for all the detention officers.
All right.
All right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you, Ms. Lisa.
Thank you.
Consider entering session as Bladen County Water District Board, Water Board.
Second.
All right, motion and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign.
Good evening, Commissioners.
Thank you, Mr. Young. Thank you. See there, B, consider accepting request for qualifications response submitted by OKC. Before we move into an update. Yes, sir.
Did I overlook it, or have we got more information on this? Is there a cost or anything dealing with this? I mean, just a proposal?
Yes, that's Commissioner Peterson, this is a $6.2 million project that, filtration system, throughout the county that we were looking to get a USDA loan on. And so this would be the engineering services to design the system.
What is that gonna cost? If we don't get the grant,
The USDA will apply for a loan at the end.
I mean, if we don't get it though, is there any chance you won't get it?
That's
Okay.
fair. I think we'll get it.
All right, so with that in mind, is there a motion? Second? Any other discussion? Not all those in favor of approving, please somebody saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. All right, Don, give us an update regarding tax
Can I
hydrants.
ask one question? In the water department, this, they spending on $6.2 million, I mean,
They're gonna look at raising rates as well as they have to.
well, that should have been part of our
Yeah.
discussion before
We don't know until they get ready to do the project.
Well,
Raising water rate?
have you looked at that yet? If you would, what's your rate of this?
We used our new software, the Waterworth program that we got with our budget. And starting in 2029, we would have to raise it 5% just to keep our cash, position positive. That would be,
$50 for every $50.
yes.
And I mean, I think we're at a point where we don't have a choice. We've got to, can't keep seeing our water system deteriorate. We've got to do something.
I tell you, Mr. Chairman, I'm a county resident, and for what other counties in the town of Elizabethtown and some people pay, I thank God every day for the price of Bladen County.
Yeah.
I like to know my house, I'm paying $20-some a month,
And you won't do that in
and
the
I got
towns.
water.
Is that what you want to do now?
And all I have is a gallon and a faucet, and it runs me close to $200.
So we realize we're probably a little bit behind the times. Okay. How are we on taps? And I apologize, I was thinking there would be another printout, and I don't see one with an update. We could do that each month, at least for a while, until we've kind of got everything settled. I know we get them in the updates, we get in emails, but it is nice to have them here before us when we come to our meeting.
We've had quite a few taps come in the last couple of weeks. We're up to like 13 or 14 taps to be installed.
How many you still have out?
Yes. And some of them were 2 a day, 3 a day.
You're seeing houses, I saw a couple coming up today, new houses, so there are houses being built around the county. All right, how about fire hydrants?
Fire hydrants were, I think we got 3 on the list. We added a couple that had been hit by cars. And they were able just to put a bracket on it, stand it back up.
I know we talked about the fire departments kind of taking a more, visible role in their particular communities, making sure we're keeping them weed-eated, marked, so that they won't be get hit by the tractors if they ever show up to mow. Again, and we talked about the mowing, that is one of the reasons we need to keep the grass mowed, so they don't come by and mow the hydrant away. But hopefully that will help, you know, we'll have less, we can't help wrecks, I mean,
Right.
those are gonna happen, but.
Do we know there, was there an accident, or was there a police report?
On one of them, there was not, and I didn't hear on the other one. We should be able to, if they have insurance.
I mean, if we get insurance, then we contract those out, speed process of.
Yeah, but if there's only, how many, there's only three.
Right.
Yeah, if we get behind again with three, hopefully y'all stay ahead of that.
It should stay regardless, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I have a question. For the new tap, how much does it cost to fix it? To bring them to the-
A 3/4 tap is $1,000 for the tap, and it's $35 deposit. A 1 inch is $1,400 plus a $35 deposit, and if somebody would want a 2 inch for any reason, they're $4,800.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I have a couple water customers, say to me that they open the mailbox, they get their mail out, got water bills there. They open it, and it was due 2 days before they got it. Is there any way you can, those could go out a little bit earlier?
Yeah, back in June, the printing company, for some reason, they sent them out late, so people got the June bill, then a couple of days later, they got the July bill. But since then, we've been sending it out earlier.
Got a question to the survey. At the post office in White Oak, when you take a right there at the Forks, I had a customer to come in this past week, and he said right through there, and I got more information on it at my store, I should got to bring it tonight. But he said there's several homes through there, and there's 4 more fixing to be built. And he says in the evening when they get home, all they got is sprinkles of water, because all those houses is on a 2 inch line.
Right.
Any plans to change some of these 2 inch lines, because you got developments going on and future development, and they already struggling.
Right now, there's no plans. But we can surely look at it.
Are there other areas in the community that, I know Elizabethtown has some streets that, buddy, you have, all the neighbors have to figure out when they're going to bathe, so they don't all bathe at the same time. I mean, they're fairly common. Are there other places in the county that you're aware of?
There's a few that we have 2 inch lines run down a short road, and over the years, they just added more and more houses.
That's what's happened. We run a 2 inch line to someone's house, and then we piggyback off that, and we piggyback off that. And we probably should get away from running 2 inch lines.
That's right.
So we're trying to help people with time to do, I'm not sure.
But you did a bigger pipe so early on and knowing you have tap water. That's
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that issue. So, water quality. What's this week, I guess?
Can we go to and run another 2 inch line to some of these houses and get them some water?
If, we'll have to go through DEQ and get the plan approved and all, and we'd have to draw by engineer.
Probably didn't get these approved.
I can't help what they did, but that's the way it's supposed to do it.
No time like the present probably to get started, though. It's like you said, you want to encourage people to build. You can't tell them, well, if you build a house full of neighbors aren't gonna have any water pressure, so we need to go on and, that's what I was saying, how many places around the county are like what Ray's talking about?
Right, there's probably numerous.
I mean, we haven't had much complaints on it though, like right now.
Right.
This is at the post office, right in that general area.
Right, it goes down to the sawmill and dead ends there.
Did we figure, at least begin a process of figuring out where the areas are of the most concern?
So we certainly can.
Water quality, how are things this week?
We've had a few sporadic areas calling for brown water, but nothing major.
It's some issues in Tar Heel a couple of weeks ago. I got quite a few calls. I will say, somebody called me and I sent a text, and while I was still on the phone with the guy, somebody showed up. So I don't think it was just coincidentally, but it's remaining. But he was very thankful, and he called me back in a short period of time and said that the water department had been very professional how they handle it. It's so hit and miss. I mean, it's like every week, you just never know where it's gonna pop up around the county.
Right.
But no major areas that, nothing coming up you're aware of we need to let the citizens know about.
No.
All right, anybody else got anything? I'll entertain a motion.
Can I ask you a question real quick? Well, instead of dropping a second 2-inch line, you could not, expand that to a 4, since you got multiple people on that street?
Yes, we could. That's what we would do instead of running a whole new line, just make it bigger.
Yeah. And then let them tap on.
A little bit of a disturbance.
Yeah.
Entertain a motion to come out of water board. Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Let us know how we can help you, help us.
Okay.
Advisory board appointments, we've got a few of these tonight. Library board 1.
Twyla Davis, running strong. Second.
Any others? All in favor of Twyla Davis, please say by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign, thank you. Lower Cape Fear Water and Sewer Authority.
Second.
Wayne Edge, Pat Bond, reappoint, Wayne Edge and Mr. Sam Cronin, county manager.
Okay, second.
Right.
All right.
Okay, we have that. Is second? Somebody seconded that, didn't
I did.
they? All right,
I think that's good.
All right. Any other discussion, any other? All right, all those in favor of approving Wayne Edge and Sam Cronin, please say by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Thank you. All right, local emergency planning committee. Okay, if you haven't met Dallas, you need to meet him. He's the new editor of Bladen Journal, and we've been holding off on this till they got an editor, so we have a motion. Is there a second? Any other nominations? If not, all those in favor of Dallas Levin, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. The Voluntary Agricultural Districts Committee.
Reappoint Ralph Carter.
Appoint Mr. Carter.
Second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. White Lake Planning and Zoning Board, Justice CTJ. I've asked, and they're still, it's an alternate, and they still don't have anybody, so we need to.
Motion to take.
Thank you.
Second.
All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. Thank you.
You missed it, White Lake.
You sure you want to do that?
11, advisory board appointments, you see those coming up during the September 21st meeting. With that, I'll recognize our county manager, Mr. Crane.
Good evening again, Chairman McGill, Board of Commissioners. Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. in Elizabethtown, White Lake area, Chamber of Commerce will hold their breakfast. That'll be at Barney's at Cape Fear Farmers Market, and that starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. This Thursday, at 10:30 a.m., Sheriff McVicker will be recognized by the Insurance Commissioner, Causey, there at the Bladen County Sheriff's Office at 499 Smith Circle, Elizabethtown. On August the 29th, at 10 a.m. will be the Battle of Elizabethtown. It'll be the 245th anniversary and rededication ceremony at Corey Hall Park here in Elizabethtown. September the 7th, county office buildings will be closed in observance of Labor Day. On September the 8th, that Tuesday at 8 a.m. will be the prayer service here at Commissioner's Room. That afternoon at 5 p.m., the Board of Elections will have its meeting. That's located at 301 South Cypress Street here in Elizabethtown. At 6:30 that night, the Board of Commissioners will have a meeting here at the lower level of Bladen County Courthouse. September 10th at 6 p.m. will be Bladen County Firefighters Association meeting, and that will be hosted at Parkson Fire Department. September 14th at 5 p.m., the Health and Human Services Advisory Committee will meet at the Bladen County Health Department. On September 21st, the Board of Commissioners will be back here for a Board of Commissioners meeting at the lower level of the Bladen County Courthouse.
Chairman? That's also the day, 5 p.m. for our next Board of Equal session.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I've had some follow-up items. As far as the roads and the conditions, I have contacted NCDOT here locally in Bladen County. They appreciate them working on some of these projects. Highway 210 and 41 by Bay Tree verified that they have mowed that ditch bank where people can see down the road. Also, Martin Luther King Street from the bridge to Highway 87 here in Elizabethtown, they have scraped the shoulders of the road to help with the drainage. I've also contacted them about other areas. For example, it's like Highway 87, the drains from Marshall Mill Road to Peanut Plant Road, cleaning the drains. Also have contacted them about East Arcadia Road with the deep drop-offs, Graham Road, and Torrey Graham Road as well. It's water funding there. I'm going to reach back out to them to see where they stand on where weeds blocking Center Road. Somebody has mowed that intersection, but we need to go a little bit further down that road. So I'm going to reach back out to them on that. Update on ADR and East Arcadia. Both the town of East Arcadia and the East Arcadia Fire Chief and ADR Fire Chief have been provided a mutual aid agreement, an automatic aid agreement by Joy Coleman. They're reviewing that. We attempted to make them, to have another meeting with them last week, but all the parties were not available last week, so we will try again this week to have a meeting there and work out what these agreements look like. And I will continue to update you until we have an agreement in hand, or we have different information that they bring back to the board. The next item is SRO positions. Lisa Coleman and I had met with Sheriff McVicker and his staff, Dr. Jason Atkinson, Education, the Board of Education and his staff. I want to thank Sheriff McVicker and Captain Singletary and also Lisa Coleman and their work on funding these positions. I feel comfortable recommending keeping these two positions, or keeping two positions, keeping a full 11 SRO positions based on the work of the sheriff in obtaining funds and looking at funds from the State Bureau of Investigation, but also with the road cleanup. We're giving $10 additional per inmate who's doing that cleanup. So I feel confident that we can cover a good portion of that cost. And if the State Bureau of Investigation provides that money, we will cover that cost, and plus have more for some projects that the Sheriff McVicker has identified. Also, the Board of Education, Dr. Atkinson, stated that he's going to bring that back to the Board of Education in September to see if they can help fund one of these positions. There's no guarantee there, but we did ask to see if they can help fund that position. Going on to road signs, Joy Coleman has informed me that all the road signs have been replaced that were mentioned last month or the last board meeting. Also on wells and ponds, the question was asked about if people need permits on wells and ponds. As far as wells for drinking water, they do require permits, and that's through environmental health. As far as wells for animals, there's no permit required for animals. Talking to Chris Bordeaux, he said that citizens can put in canals and ponds on their property as long as they do not drain wetlands. And Mr. Chairman, that's all the updates I have for the board.
Thank you. And I just add one thing to the calendar. I gave you a little handout tonight. Church is hosting the 25th anniversary remembrance of 9/11. Most of it's hard to believe it's been 25 years. It's impossible. So appreciate you sharing that with folks in the community. Thank you, Mr. Croom, for all that you do, for your hard work. You represent us well.
I'd like to ask him one thing.
Yes, sir.
on Tar Hill Road, Mr. Crum, if you could check to see if it's possible for the state, Cody Singletary, and there's some type of a pit right beside him also, that they all run big, heavy-duty trucks and transport trucks coming out of there. And he said, and the traffic right there where it's at is so heavy with hog trucks and all other kind of trucks coming through, they come through there flying, and he would request, double yellow line, for safety reasons. And, I can give you actually that address tomorrow, so you can know where it's at. But he said you'd be surprised at just sliding in off the roads that people are doing right
And if you're gonna do that, if you check one other, in front of White Lake Golf Course, then your golf course, it's the same thing. It's a passing zone, but now with the new campgrounds, it's basically two entrances there and the golf course. People pull out to pass, and you've got people pulling out from the golf course, pulling out. It's just, it does not need to be a passing zone. If we could have them to look at that either. Yeah, that's a recipe for, I don't think, my did feel good. It did, sorry, yeah, it was, yeah. So, anyway. All right. Any other individuals, delegations wishing to address the commissioners tonight? Any other commissioners have anything?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, a gentleman, a lady rather, contacted me about internet service, and she sent me a tele message here, so I'm gonna give it to the,
Please do.
to the, give them with the internet service in her area.
Okay. Thank you. All right. That, consider a motion to go into closed session for the NCGS 143-318.11 for a very brief.
So moved.
Second.
Closed session. I believe it. Be very brief. Folks, thank you for being here tonight. We have a motion, a second.
This conference will now be recorded.
Motion to come out of closed session.
I have a motion to come out of closed session.
Second.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in
Said that
favor,
was gonna
say
be
aye.
short, Pastor.
Huh?
You said that was gonna be a short session.
It would have been. I don't know what happened.
You want to check?